Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Dubs Oriented here, and today I'm going to be talking about Kashimo Hajime, the man of lightning, and why he is Jujutsu Kaisen's very own Eustass kid from One Piece, and the evidence that is apparent in the story to prove it. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get it. So we know Kashimo is a pretty strong character, being able to take out multiple players in the calling games without using his curse technique. And fans were just introduced to him as this strong character that shouldn't be messed with due to his previous battles with characters like Hakari and post Gojo battle Sukuna in Megumi's body, so pushing him to revive into his true form. But unfortunately his reign didn't last long due to his unfortunate loss to Sukuna, but it was to be expected due to how powerful Sukuna was. So then we have Kid, who isn't weak in the stretch of the imagination, being a supernova and a captain of his own group, where he's been in battles that shaped him as a strong and competent pirate, being able to fight against Big Mom with law. And so Kid was like Kashimo on his way to forging a powerful presence and name for himself. But just like Kashimo, that it wasn't till he let his ego get the best of him where he fought Shanks and got one-shotted by him. So after that moment, Kid lost his respect, where people in the fandom now refer to him as useless mid, which is wild. So I say all of this to say that Kashimo is JJK's very own Kid when as a character. That went from being a respected top 10 to 15 strongest characters in the show to now being referred to as mid. Even with this fact, people still pin him up against top tiers like Yuta, Maki, and Gojo, and more due to his strength, which is another similarity to Kid, and how people still compare him to Law, Zoro, and even Luffy because of his abilities. And for both characters, they currently present in the story with both of them being dead, or at least one of them, because we don't know if Kid survived the attack against Shanks, even though it is implied that he did. So overall, both Kashimo and Kid are very similar in their appearances in their respective series due to the resulted outcome that followed both characters. And this is not to bash them in any way, because Kashimo is still like top 15 strongest characters in the show, even though his time lasted pretty short, because we all know he was saving his curse technique to fight Sukuna, which is insane level of commitment. Like, imagine saving your most powerful trump card and powerful move just to fight one person, which is absolutely insane. But of course that one person was Sukuna. And then with Kid, he's been prepping to fight Shanks again ever since he lost his arm against him in their first encounter. So Kid was always trying to save up that power to where he would face Shanks again. And when he saw Shanks, it was on sight. Basically, both Kashimo and Kid were saving up their most powerful abilities to fight off against the strongest, or one of the strongest characters in the show, which is insane. That draws them even closer in similarity as well. And odds the fact that they're both like smoke demons that will like run the ones with anybody they catch on sight, like how Kashimo literally right after the Gojo battle ran into the battlefield to fight Sukuna, not even letting Sukuna rest or like recover. He just was on sight. And then with Kid, as soon as he saw Shanks, he already charged up his attack and tried to fight him. But unfortunately, both Kashimo and Kid both met their untimely, unfortunate fate in the hands of one of the most powerful characters in the series, Sukuna and Shanks. So man, Kashimo and Kid are similar in many ways than one that I didn't even really look at. I didn't really pay that much attention to. I didn't even really like understand their similarities until now, because it's just so striking, like how like their similarities in character, how both of them are just basically egotistical characters that would want to like prove that they're the strongest by beating the strongest, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, at the end of the day, these two characters are insanely similar. And yeah man, but there is some differences between Kid and Kashimo, and how Kashimo is still respected within the story or within the fandom, because people still regard him as like a top tier amongst Jujutsu Kaisen, being able to like still put up a fight against Sukuna, making him like revive into his true form. But at the end of the day, Kashimo still, they still make memes about him and stuff like that, being a camper, like not really doing anything to Sukuna, and just basically acting as Sukuna's stepping stone to like become more powerful, which wasn't really that important. So people still bash Kashimo, even though he is still kind of respected in like the battle aspect or like in the power aspect of the show. Whereas Kid, not as much, because people still see him as that guy that got one-shotted by Shanks because he was just talking so much and he couldn't really back it up. But you can't really blame Kid, because at the end of the day, this is Shanks we're talking about here. I'm not trying to say like anybody that met Shanks would have been greeted with this same encounter, but like, come on, Shanks is propped up to be like one of the strongest, or if not the strongest character in the series in this time. So yeah, man, you can't really blame Kid for losing against somebody that was propped up to being the strongest, because Kid, at the end of the day, he's not even like top 5. So for him to like lose to Shanks isn't really that surprising. But at the end of the day, people still give Kid a hard time. But yeah, man, Kid was talking a lot, but he couldn't really back it up. But like I said before, you can't really blame Kid for that, because it's Shanks we're talking about. I'm not even trying to glaze Shanks. I'm just saying it's an understandable outcome. But yeah, Kid is still a really strong character at the end of the day. Like, he's still a supernova. He's still like, I don't even know. Like, he's probably like, I would give him like Yonko Commander level. First Yonko Commander level. He's still like incredibly strong. And his bounty even went up a few notches. Like, it's now like 3 billion or something like that. So yeah, I say this to say, like, don't sleep on Shanks and Kashimo. That's like Shanks. Don't sleep on Kashimo and Kid just because they lost to their respective opponents, because at the end of the day, they're still strong as hell. Like, they're still insanely powerful characters. It's just that compared to like the strongest of characters, they just don't really, stack up. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Man, we are on the road, man. We are on the road to 100K. And yeah, man, please comment down below what you guys thought of the video, of the concept. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, God first. Peace.